What happens when two strong women clash on live television and neither one is ready to step back? The mood in Studio 6B was tense enough to feel physical as Khloe Kardashian sat across from Kelly Clarkson, her jaw set in that familiar Kardashian way that usually means trouble. Everyone knew this wasn't going to be an ordinary celebrity chat. What followed made people question whether they were watching a daytime interview or a real confrontation happening right in front of them. Before we look closely at this intense moment, make sure to share your thoughts in the comments about what you think triggered the fire. Kelly leaned forward in her bright yellow chair, her friendly smile shining as she glanced at her note cards. The audience buzzed with energy, phones lifted and ready, because when a Kardashian entered the room, people expected something big. Khloe sat with perfect posture, her long blonde hair flawlessly styled, her green dress hugging her figure and giving her a confident glow. But today there was something different about her mood. Even Kelly seemed to sense it, sending a quick look toward her producer behind the cameras. "So, Khloe," Kelly began, her voice soft with that warm Texas tone people loved. "Let's talk about your new show. From the trailers, it looks like you're revealing a side of yourself people haven't seen before." Khloe's smile was polite but tight. "Thank you, Kelly. Yes, this project means a lot to me. It's about showing people that vulnerability isn't weakness. Being honest about your pain can actually give others strength." "That's wonderful," Kelly said, but her expression shifted. "Speaking of struggle and honesty, I do want to ask you something, and I hope you won't mind. There's been a lot of talk online about your family's effect on beauty standards, especially for young girls." The change in Khloe was immediate. Her shoulders stiffened. Her smile froze. "I'm sorry, what exactly are you asking?" Kelly didn't slow down. "Well, there are critics who say your family, through social media and your brands, encourages unrealistic beauty ideals. Some experts even connect this to rising body image issues in teens." The room went silent. Even the crew sensed the tension building. Khloe's green eyes flashed. "Kelly, I came here to talk about my show, about healing and empowerment. And now you're asking me if I'm responsible for society's problems with beauty?" "I'm not blaming you," Kelly said quickly, her voice steady but firm. "I'm asking how you respond to those concerns, especially since you've been open about facing your own body image struggles." Khloe let out a short laugh with no humor in it. "My struggles? You mean the ones fueled by people like you? Voices in the media that tore apart everything about my appearance since I was young. Being called the ugly sister, the fat one, the one who didn't fit." The words hung heavy in the air. Kelly's eyes widened. "Khloe, I would never say anything like that about you or anyone." "Maybe not directly," Khloe replied sharply. "But your industry did. And now you're questioning me about beauty standards? Really, Kelly?" Kelly tried to keep the conversation steady. "I understand you faced harsh and unfair criticism, and I'm sorry for that. But with such massive influence, don't you think there's some responsibility?" "Responsibility?" Khloe repeated, her voice sharp. "My responsibility is to myself and my daughter. I don't owe society an apology for living in my skin or creating businesses that promote confidence." The heat in the room rose. Kelly glanced at her producer again, but pressed forward. "But Khloe, when young girls see filtered photos or big physical changes without context, don't you think that sends a message?" That was it. Khloe's calm finally cracked. "Filtered photos? Changes? Are you calling me fake, Kelly? Is that what this is? Did you invite me here to embarrass me on national TV?" Kelly turned red. "That's not what I meant. I'm talking about the bigger picture." "No," Khloe snapped. "You're talking about me while sitting there in your perfect studio, acting like you can judge my choices. Who gave you that right?" Kelly shifted in her seat, aware she'd poked too hard but refusing to back down. "Nobody gave me the right. But like you, I have a platform, and I ask questions people want answered." "Questions people want answered?" Khloe's laugh was bitter. "Or questions that get clicks. Let's be honest, this isn't about celebrating my show. You wanted a moment. Congratulations, you got one." The studio fell silent. Audience members covered their mouths. Others scrambled to record this shocking exchange. Kelly's voice carried more frustration now. "That's unfair. I don't ambush guests. Real conversations?" Khloe suddenly stood, towering over Kelly as her green dress shimmered. "There's nothing real about this. You want to talk responsibility? Let's discuss yours. People trust you. And you use that trust to tear down women while pretending it's just journalism. Kelly stayed seated, her note cards trembling. I'm not tearing you down. I'm asking real questions about influence. Stop hiding behind buzzwords, Khloe said, pacing. You've taught millions that it's okay to question women about their bodies and choices. That success needs an apology. Cameras captured every second. Producers panicked, but no one dared interrupt. Kelly finally stood, matching Khloe's energy. And what have you taught them? That happiness comes from filters or surgery? That insecurity gets fixed by changing everything instead of accepting yourself? Khloe's expression darkened. How dare you? You don't know me. You think I made changes because I was insecure? I did what made me feel strong. Kelly replied, You've built a brand on selling insecurity while preaching confidence. Khloe's chest rose sharply with anger. You want the truth? I've lived my whole adult life judged by strangers. I turned that pain into strength, into work, into raising my daughter with confidence. I don't owe you explanations. Kelly looked shaken, her face red with emotion. Khloe continued, Why didn't you ask about our donations to mental health causes? Or our body positivity campaigns? Or girls who say we help them accept themselves? Why only the negative? Kelly hesitated. For the first time, she seemed unsure. We were planning to talk about your charity. After you got your dramatic moment, Khloe cut in. After the viral clip, right? Kelly had no answer. The silence felt heavy. Khloe, you're misunderstanding, she murmured. No, I'm not, Khloe said. You sit there with your wholesome image and think that makes you better. I didn't get to be America's sweetheart. I had to fight for respect. My struggles weren't too many hit songs. My struggles were being mocked, compared, torn apart. Kelly whispered, I never mocked you. You didn't have to, Khloe said, grabbing her purse. You just had to lure me here with fake kindness and set me up. Kelly stood so fast her chair screeched. This isn't that. I ask questions people want to know. Your audience? Khloe repeated coldly. Moms who judge women like me so they can feel better about themselves? Kelly recoiled. Don't insult my viewers. They care about real issues. Real issues? Khloe laughed darkly. Like whether I've had work done? Not poverty, not the world's problems, just me. We talk about many topics, Kelly fired back. This one matters too. No, Khloe said, moving toward the exit. You used me as a prop today. And the worst part? You think you were doing something noble? The set was chaos. Audience whispers filled the room, cameras tracking Khloe's every move. Kelly reached out verbally. Khloe, please, let's sit down and reset. Khloe stopped, turning slowly, disbelief on her face. Reset? After trying to tear me down? You think I'll play along? It was meant to be a conversation, Kelly said softly. It was a setup, Khloe replied. I'm done being the target. I'm done pretending your concern is anything but judgment. She turned to the crowd. I came here to talk about something meaningful. Instead, I was grilled about my body and choices by someone who's never lived my reality. Kelly tried to speak, but Khloe was already walking away. Her heels echoed sharply across the floor. At the doors, she looked back one last time. Kelly, I hope the ratings were worth it. When you look in the mirror tonight, remember, you could have lifted another woman up. Instead, you pushed her down. That speaks about you, not me. She left the studio. Kelly stood frozen, note cards scattered, plans ruined. Cameras stayed on her trembling face. And just like that, daytime TV delivered one of its most unforgettable moments, a simple question about beauty turning into a raw argument about respect, responsibility, and how women treat each other in the spotlight. So tell me, what do you think? Did Kelly go too far, or did Khloe react too strongly? Let me know in the comments.